Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of War Talk, where we talk everything Warriors. Hope you guys enjoy the video today. It is Sunday, a day after the game. I'm going to go through everything on the Warriors game yesterday where we beat the Cowboys 22-14 in an amazing win. Very, very fucking scrappy, but just amazing to see the boys put in a whole lot of effort. So we're just going to go through the game very quickly, then go through our negatives, then go through our positives and players that I enjoyed out of this game. So if you enjoy, please make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So as I said before, 22-14, we have beaten the Cowboys in a game that I really thought the Cowboys were going to be completely up for. I don't know. I don't know what type of Cowboys outfit I don't know how to take that. I didn't think they looked amazing, but in spurts, they looked like they were okay. I think defensively, we were very good. So I felt like I want to put more credit to our boys defensively and the way we put our defense, like our defense was going on our line. But I just don't know what like Cowboys are this year. But again, this is all Warriors talk. So we'll leave that for my little tip video that I do midweek. If you enjoy that, please make sure you go watch that. At the moment, I'm pretty much perfect on all my tips this week. I might be missing out. I got the Raiders against the Dragons at home, and then I've got the Doggies to beat the Eels in my tips video, which I'm kind of bouncing back and forth on now. Viliami Kikau was out. I didn't get to see that before the video, but again, this is why I talk. Enough about that shit. So finally, we have scored the first try of the match with Addin Fonua-Blake with a really nice block play that I think Tohu Harris laid on the assist to Addin Fonua-Blake. And this is the reason why Tohu Harris is so vital for our forward pack. He just really helps out in the middle, in attack, and especially in defense, which is what I'm going to touch on a little bit later on. But then we started to make a couple of big errors. And I think the biggest thing in this game, the biggest negative I'll take out of this game is the amount of errors we made. So on the NRL.com, it was 10 errors. I've seen everywhere else, some other person put up 13 errors. On NRL.com, it was 10 errors out of this game. 5 ruck infringements, penalties, which were really unfortunate. Well, that was the 5-6 agains and all that sort of stuff. But we had just penalties and 10 errors really didn't help us. And there's another thing we really do need to fix up on. But still, like, we had a lot of possession on our line. Again, it still comes down to just trying not to give away penalties within the opposition 50, and so that team doesn't get into really good attacking position to get close to our line and not have to like rely on our line defense, because as we've seen the last 2 games wasn't that great. In this one was a hell of a lot better than the last 2 games. So I'm pretty proud of the boys for having the Cowboys at only 14 points. Especially when one of those tries there was of a broken play kick as well. This has been happening the last couple of weeks and stuff. It just comes down to sometimes the luck of the bounce of the ball. Valentine Holmes ended up scoring that try off that one too. So pretty sure that was their last try that they got in the match. We had some really nice ones there with Edward Kossi. I really like the option there with Montoya and Kossi on one side and Watene-Zelezniak and Pompey on the other side. Actually looked very, very good. Pompey had a decent game here. I think he had like 5 or 6 tackle breaks in this one. Pretty decent game from him as well. Josh Curran scoring a try and Dylan Walker with a really nice try where he dummy and went off that little broken play pass from Shawnee, and then he just found a little bit of space and just crawled his way to the try line. So that was some great effort there. The other kind of negative I will give on ours is sort of not negative, but we had a 77% completion rate. I think just ties in with our errors. 77% completion is not too bad, like especially for the amount of errors and amount of game we actually had. But still, we like to have that around the 80% mark, which is what we had the last pretty much most of the season so far. So I'm pretty sure we're up like top 5 or something like that for completion rate. I'm not too sure. So definitely check that up. Now, touching on the positives of this game. So first of all, defense was fucking amazing. Our line defense was very, very good. We had a couple of moments where, you know, Taulagi got on the outside of Watene-Zelezniak with speed. We did limit him to 1 try there. The other one, he ended up going out. But still, defensively, I really felt like that the key to that was Tohu Harris. And I'm really thinking that Tohu is so vital in the middle, because I feel like if you watch the game, the amount of like effort he pushes to push the boys out and really help our edges get early on their set. Like, if the best way I can describe it is Tohu, when he starts to see the ball shift, he's pushing those middles to push out, which is pushing our edges to push out. And we're actually getting to the back of that play very, very early. We had a couple of really good options there where I think Pompey took an intercept one time. We had Kossi make a really good decision one time, burning in on Peter Hiku, creating an error. These sort of things happen only when our middles work very hard to get our edge defense to get up in the Cowboys' face, and it caused them to only score 3 tries in this match. As I said, one of them coming off a broken kick. So really 2 tries offset plays. One of them was kind of very lazy between our edge defense there with Ruben Cotter going in. Murray Taulagi, I would rather have a winger go in on that edge than no one go, than like a forward or something go in. Usually the wingers, It's more so of like a really good set play and maybe a little bit lacking on the defense on the edge. But then again, like sometimes you just can get beat on the edge. I'd rather that happen than get beat through the middle, to be honest. And that's my big take out of it. So massive in with Tohu Harris there. He just shores up our middle and just shores up our defense in general. I just noticed a better defensive effort, and I feel like I can just touch it on to Tohu Harris being back and being lively in the middle there. So it was just great to have him there. Other positives, obviously. So as I said before, 1 try off a broken play kick to Valentine Holmes. Only 17 missed tackles in this game, which is fucking amazing. That's a really good stat there for us, especially when the Cowboys had 44 missed tackles, if I'm reading correctly. 40 tackle breaks for us. So actually about 40 tackle breaks, 40 missed tackles, something like that. So we were taking to them, taking our opportunities. We still had a couple of opportunities left on the board. And again, I feel like our errors did put us under a whole lot of pressure. Where if we had so much more ball, I reckon the scoreline could have been a lot worse than what it actually was, which is actually surprising to me because, again, as I said at the start of this video, I thought the Cowboys were going to be very tough bringing them back over here. I thought they were going to be lively, ready to get a win on us to get back on that, like back on track. Now they're looking like they're going to be talked about a lot now for the team that's going to second year syndrome, that sort of stuff, which is pretty unfortunate because I still see a great side there. I feel like once they get 1 or 2 wins under their belt, they're going to click into gear and like push into the 8. Still, like this competition is so close. I feel like we got a tough run coming up. We got Melbourne, then we got Panthers, and we got the Roosters coming up in like the next 3 games. So we have got a really tough run now. And if we lose all 3 of those games, this start of the season, like it's lucky we had the start of the season that we had. Obviously, that puts in account the loss we had last week against the Newcastle Knights, where we had an opportunity to win that, and definitely the one against the Roosters where we had an opportunity to win that. But again, we got to give credit where credit's due in this Warriors team, especially with Webby, what Webby's doing to this team. We've started the season, I think, what is it now? Yeah, 5-2 this season. So credit where credit's due. If we drop the next 3 games, we're going to go 5-5, which is not that great. But hopefully, I know a Melbourne Storm team is going to be one of the bounce back after that last week's performance against the Manly Seagulls. But I see opportunities there, especially with Kamikamica getting done for careless tackle in that game or whatever he got done for. So he's out for a week or 2 from what I know. So next week, we're going to have a Storm team that want to bounce back, but their forwards are still not fully set yet. There's a couple opportunities there where we can take that game out. I just want a really good performance from the boys. But again, this is what I'm saying. Like usually we start the season very like up and down. And this is the way the Warriors, we usually are. We'll probably go 3-3 to already start the season, 4-3 or 3-4, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then we'll lose the next 3 on the track and we'll be right near the bottom of the ladder. Now we're sitting 3rd on the ladder. We're looking really, really nice. If we pip one of these teams, so the Panthers, the Storm, or the Roosters, we got a good opportunity this year to actually make it into the 8. Like that's the biggest talking point. We're putting all the effort to start the season. We're doing really well for the amount of team that we actually have, especially with injuries and all that. Just amazing effort from the boys. Now, touching on players that really impressed me in this game. The first one is the one that I've fucking been impressed with for the last how many weeks. And I've been talking about him so much because he's my favorite player of all time. Shaun Johnson, just amazing from him. He has been so good for us. And it's just so good to see him back in some sort of form like he is in now. 2 try assists, 2 line break assists, 15 tackles, no miss. And I think that's the biggest stat for Shawnee this year. His defense is fucking awesome. He defended really well on the weekend, not letting anyone get past him. And just, he looked very dominant in a lot of his tackles too, which is really good to see. And 317 kick meters. So well done for Shawnee. He was very, very good in this game. Tohu Harris, 1 try assist, 112 meters, 33 tackles, 1 miss, and just made our defensive system look really, really nice over the weekend. Even though all the errors happened and all that sort of stuff, we defended all our errors mostly. A lot of the times the Cowboys had repeat after repeat after repeat set, and that's the only time they let us in. We never really had an opportunity there where like it wasn't off a repeat set or off a rack infringement 6 again, that then they scored off that. So that's very, very good signs there. We just need to hold on to the ball better. That's the biggest thing I think we're going to take out from this game. Addin Fonua-Blake was fucking amazing. 1 try, 5 tackle breaks, 130 meters. Not the biggest 130 meters, not too much in that, but 5 tackle breaks, that 1 try. He was very, very good. Just looked so damaging coming off, starting up and then getting off the bench as well a little bit later on in the game. He was just so good. He was changing momentum. Just such a scary front rower. That is someone that we need. And I love to have him in our squad. And the last one I'll touch on is Marcelo Montoya. And he was fucking awesome in this game, especially for a player that's usually playing wing. He's playing center in this one. He's the Bulldogs reject that they didn't really want him the last couple of years. When he first came into the comp, he was not too bad. Like, he was pretty good. Then he went a bit wayward for a bit. We got him. He's been up and down a little bit, but he looks like he's just working hard. And now he's really reaping the rewards of all the work he's put in. 1 try assist, 136 meters, 5 tackle breaks, and an amazing try assist that he put on Edward Kosi. He pumped off like 3 or 4 defenders and then put that really nice ball onto Edward Kosi. So, and defensively, he didn't do too bad there either. I know he missed a couple of tackles and all that sort of stuff, but again, we didn't get found out on the edge as much, and it looked a lot more stable there with Kosi on that side, and he didn't have like a inside center that was making a bit like a couple of wayward decisions, and he looked a little bit more safer on that side defensively. So very good signs there, and hopefully Marcelo keeps growing. If he's going to be that center there for now on, we keep growing. I'm kind of like, I like it a little bit because I know he's going to work hard. He's going to work on his defense. He's going to work on all these type of things. But he's also got that part of his game where he can just change the game like that. And he just pumped off 3 or 4 defenders and just turned the game on its head off a bounce of the ball that just, yeah, it didn't look that great that set, and then Marcelo just made it amazing. So that was so good for us. So coming into our next week matchup, we got the Melbourne Storm on Tuesday night. Going to be fucking amazing. The Anzac Clash that we usually are sort of up for the last couple of years. Not so much. We got blown out by a couple of times there. I'm pretty sure from what I remember. I tried not to remember it mainly. But we've got a couple of really big ins. So obviously Wade Egan might come back depending on his HIA sort of issues there. I know he's had a couple of head clashes, so hopefully he's doing okay. Murata Niokore should be back for round 8, so this is a fucking really good sign. I'm really excited to have Murata Niokore back because he's such a stud of a player. It just helps out our team so much, and we're going to have some stars back. Radian Viliame will be back off a calf injury. Not sure if he's going to make it inside the squad, especially how we performed last week, but then again, I could see a spot there for him. I just thought Pompey actually performed very well, like especially coming off the last couple of weeks where people have been like putting his name in the dirt and all that. I thought he played very well in that one. And Mitch Barnett is definitely probably our biggest in as well. He's coming back off that neck injury. Judging by NRL.com, it could definitely change. The neck injury definitely can change, like depending on like if he passes all his tests and all that sort of stuff. But Mitch Barnett back up in the front with Adam Fanor-Blake, which pushed Bunty back to the bench, and we can use him more as a strike front rower with Tom Ale and Jazzy and Dylan Walker. I would say we probably run Dylan Walker again at 5'8", I would say, especially with Luke Metcalf still coming back with a hamstring injury. Volkman's been going very well, but I did kind of like it a little bit more with Dylan Walker there in 6, mainly because he was more of a running 6. He kind of could just take his opportunities, where someone like Volkman, his best asset is his kicking game and his game management. So definitely good to have Dylan Walker there staying 6. So Mitch Barnett up front, I'd say Jackson Ford and Murata Niokore on the edges. Joshy Curran coming off the bench with Jazzy. And, oh, fuck, man. This team is going to be looking so good next weekend. Hopefully, we can pip a nice win against Melbourne Storm and just continue on this run. But it's going to be a very tough game out there at Melbourne. So hope you guys enjoyed the content today. Please make sure you like, subscribe if you enjoy. Please tune in next week if you're interested in all my Wild Talk videos and all that sort of stuff. We're going to be reviewing the game probably on the Tuesday night or maybe the Wednesday, depending on the game. Fuck yeah. All this like changing of schedules and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be really tough, but I'm going to make sure I can get it done for you guys. So please make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace out.